Hey guys, this is Elias with Softfly, and in this video I'm going to show you how to import JetEngine Custom Fields using an Excel file and WP All Import. Now, the first step is to get our file, so I'm going to choose to upload a file directly from my computer, right? So here is my Excel file, and then I'm going to choose new items, right? Because I don't have any properties, which is what we're going to import in this side. You can see here. Right, so new items and then properties from this pull down. Now I'm going to create new properties for each record in my data file. So click on continue to step 2. Here is a review step. So we do have 105 properties to be imported, and these are all of the elements we're going to import using the WP import. So all of this is looking good. So I'm going to continue to step 3. And start dragging and dropping stuff from this right panel into the fields I want those elements to go. For example, this is a title, and this is a property name, so I want that property name to be the title. So drag and drop that, boom, that's it. So let's continue. Here we have our description, right? And well, this is done. So let's jump into the images section. And here for these images, we have this featured image element. Right, I'm going to drag and drop that, preview and test, and click on the run test button because I want to make sure the WP All Import is able to access this URL, right, and download my image. Right, so you can see the WP All Import was able to download my image, so that's pretty cool. Let's dismiss this. These settings, I'm going to leave them as they are, but you can hover on the question mark to know more about them. Now, the one I'm most interested in this example is this first one that says set the first image to the featured image. Now, this will make this image feature element as our main image or feature image in WordPress, right? We do have other images for the gallery, but we're going to import those with the JetEngine import add-on, right? So without further ado, let's just jump into it. I'm going to skip the custom fields section because we don't have any custom fields created other than those that were created with JetEngine here in WordPress, right? So let's jump into it by enabling this properties option, right? And this is where all of the groups you have associated with your post type will show up, right? So I only have these properties group, so that's why it only shows up this one there, right? So here we have our map address, short address. These two are simple text fields, so let's drag and drop that values. Here we have them. Cool. Then we have our date first listed, which is a date picker, and we can drag and drop a value here, and the WP All Import will use the str2time function to just transform this format into whatever JetEngine is using for this field, right? So I'm going to drag and drop the value like so and continue. Now here for the availability field, I can select a value from here, but that will mean that all of these 105 properties will have on market, and I don't want to do that because each one of these has its own value. So I'm going to set this with XPath, drag and drop the availability element here, and WP All Import will import that. Now I'm going to do the same with the listings type. This is right here, right? Then the price, cool. And here for the amenities, we have a very similar scenario where we can select values from here to have a fixed number and values for amenities for all 105 properties. But I'm going to set this with XPath, and if I hover on the question mark, you will see that WP All Import says we need to separate the values with commas. So luckily we have here that already set up in our import file. We have pool, pets allowed, gym, and well, all of the other amenities of these properties. So I'm going to drag and drop that here, and WP All Import will be able to import that dynamically from property to property, right? Cool. So square feet are here, cool. Then bathrooms, same situation, use with XPath, drag and drop, boom. Bedrooms, same. And here we have a repeater field. I'm going to show you how this looks here so you can have a better picture of it, right? So here is the repeater room, and the way this works is basically this room's repeater has 3 sub-elements, and you can add as many as you want, right? Now, for these properties, we have here this data. You can see room's name, room's measurement, and room's description, and it's separating each element with a pipe. So all of these 3 elements are room's names, and all of these are room's measurements, right? So this first one is the measurement for the entrance hallway, and this first description up until here is the description for the entrance hallway, right? So you get the idea. Now we need to use the variable CSV, right? If we had a fixed number of rooms per properties, we could use the fixed mode and add the rows like so, but it's not the case, right? For example, this property has 3 rooms. This one has, well, a bunch of others. And this one actually has quite a lot more. So we need to use a variable repeater mode. And since we're using Excel, which is a spreadsheet-like format, right? We need to use the variable CSV. If we were using an XML file, we will need to use the variable XML, right? So we need to check that the separator is correct. And in this case, we have a pipe here, and we do have a pipe here separating the different elements too. So we're gonna keep it like that, but you can change that to whatever you're using, right? So let's drag and drop here the room's name, right? Then the room's measurement, and lastly, we have here the room's description, right? Cool. Now with this WPL import, we create the different rooms in our repeater. We just need to enable this ignore blank fields option. And if I hover on the question mark, you will notice it says, if the value of the element or column in your file is blank, it will be ignored. Use this option when some records in your file have a different number of repeating elements than others. So this is our case, so I'm gonna enable that, right? Then we have here our gallery, and here is where we're gonna import the gallery element, right? So I'm gonna drag and drop that here, and if I zoom in, we can see these URLs are being separated with pipes. So that's the same element I'm gonna use here as a separator, right? Cool. Then I'm going to enable this option that says search through the media library for existing images before importing new images. Now guys, you can hover on the question mark to know more about this, but it basically means that WPL import will check whether the image already exists in your site, in your media library, before importing another image. If that image already exists, it will use, well, that image, right? And that way you won't end up with a bunch of duplicates, right? So I'm gonna match this by URL, and I'm gonna do the same with the floor plan right here. Cool. Awesome. Then we have here our contact info, agent name, phone, right? Email, and link for more details, right? With this, we have everything we need from the JetEngine add-on. So let's just scroll down a little bit and open up the taxonomies section. Now we have here the tenure, right? And the property of the week. Now guys, this property of the week has a small issue, right? Because here we have a 1, and if I go here to the next record, we have a 0. So it's using a binary structure to tell us whether the property is in fact a property of the week or not. Now the values we need are yes and no, right? Here is our taxonomy. So we can use another one of the WPL import functionalities, which is the mapping feature. So I'm gonna enable mapping for property of the week, right? And I'm gonna say if in my file there is a 1 in this value right here, right? If in this property of the week value there is a 1, translate that to yes. And I'm gonna add another rule. So if there is a 0, it writes no. Cool. So with this, we have everything we need because we're gonna skip the other properties option because these are just standard WordPress stuff like post, status, dates, comments, slug, author, whatnot. So I'm going to leave all of that as it is by default. Now here in the function editor, you can run PHP functions if you want to, right? There is no limit to what you can do with PHP functions here. So be sure to check out the other videos in our channel and our docs at wpimport.com if you want to know more about the function editor, about the mapping feature, about the whole JetEngine fields, or whatever step we just went through. Just check out the other videos in our channel or our docs at wpimport.com, like I said before, and you should be good. But if you have other questions even after that, you can just write to our support team, and we will be more than happy to help you out, guys. Now let's continue to step 4. Here we need a unique identifier, which is a value or combination of values from our import file that will make each record different. The reason why this is important is because WPL import needs a way to tell one record apart from the other, so it doesn't overwrite them when it's importing them, right? So if you don't want to overthink it too much, just click on the auto detect button and run with it, right? WPL import will just choose the right one for you. Now these settings are mostly for when you need to rerun this import. You can hover on the question mark to know more about them, or you can click here on this YouTube icon if you want to know more about this third option right here. Now this is very powerful, so be sure to check that out, right? And then we have our scheduling options, which is pretty cool for when you need to rerun this import automatically, say every single day, because you want to maybe keep your data updated. Yeah, maybe you received a feed from your provider and you want to keep all of the properties that have come into the market in that day, maybe. Yeah. So same as before, guys, check out the other videos in our channel, check out our docs, and you will know a lot more about this. All right. For now, I'm just going to continue here and run my import. Now, this is going to take a minute, so I'm going to pause the video here and come back when it's ready. All right, guys, so that didn't take too long. Let's see how our properties came in. All right, so we have here 105 properties, which is fine. This is the number of properties we expected here. So all good so far. Let's see how this looks in the front end, right? We have this beautiful website, and here are our properties, right? We have a bunch of them. So let's open this first one up, see what's going on here, right? So we have our images, which is always a good sign. All of them seem to be here, right? It's cool, right? So then we have our title, the price, the availability and property type, the short address, beds, baths, and square feet, location with the map, description, amenities, the different rooms, which is a repeater, remember. And then we have the agent information. All right, so this is looking real nice, guys. Let's see how this looks in the edit post page. And here we have title, description, the tenure, and property of the week, which, as you can see, we didn't end up with ones and zeros, but we mapped that to yes and no. Cool. Feature image. Here we have the different fields. Here we have our amenities. So you can remember this is a checkbox field. Yeah, this is all looking real good, guys. So yeah, let's check out our media. And you can see we have here our gallery and the floor plan, and also the contact info, right? So there you have it, guys. That's pretty much it. That's how you import JetEngine Custom Fields with an Excel file and WPL import. Now, if you want to know more about how to import or export these kinds of data, or maybe if you're using ACF or maybe Metabox to handle your custom fields, you can do that with WPL import and WPL export too. Same as if you need to migrate some WooCommerce products or maybe WooCommerce orders and whatnot. Just be sure to check out the other videos in our channel and check out our website at wplimport.com. See you next time.